The king of this podcast shit to me is my brother N.O.R.E. Left Racks on. When I tell you I don't drink, and any show I got in Miami, his Puerto Rican cousins come. And
Yo.
No, listen. You know N.O.R.E. half black, half Puerto Rican, but the Puerto Ricans come.
My man Victor.
Let me explain something to you. They literally stepchild me and take over my section, grab the bottles and be like, yo, you ain't drinking this. They know I don't drink. They just house my shit. It's 30 of them and I'm performing live, sitting on the corner. If I'm lucky to have this inch of the couch to myself, I love them. They come, but they just come and take over my shit. Like, yo, Five, move, you know. They start grabbing the champagne, the Ace of Spades and all. Drink, he don't care this. I'm like, the entourage shit. Is the entourage ever gonna be dead? Like the entourage, like
you're gonna need some people to travel. You need some people to travel with you.
Well, the people that travel in the entourage,
it ain't fun going to a festival or going somewhere with
4 or 5 people. But back in the days, D-Block come with 40, 50. Yeah. Fat Joe, Terror Squad come 40, 50. Is the entourage days over? Or do are we fooling ourselves? Because every time we get in the game,
everybody, look, I think it's a thing. When you first get in, you feel, no, I'm bringing the whole block. When you start seeing how it go, I'm just, the hatchet comes out. You paying for bills, you doing dumb shit, you start asking them off.
Nowadays, my circle's so small, it's a period. Only God could fit in it. I've been trying to find the cast. I've been trying to find
the realest shit you said on
I've
any
been trying to find the passcode to get in my own
circle. So small, you forgot the passcode.
I forgot the pass. I still ain't get the privilege of the pass. It's only God in the period.
Yo.
Like, I can't fuck with these people.
Circle so small is only enough room for God.
Period. Only God is in there. I've been trying to crack the passcode. So I can hop up in that shit. That's how small that shit is. Now, we can end it with this, right, B? Because we talking about some real shit, right? We grew up, I'll take me, I'm not putting you in this, but you could chime in, right? But I grew up so poor that in the summer we had no AC. We would sleep on the floor because it's cooler down there. You know, I wipe my ass with newspaper. Any type of poor shit you ever been involved with, I've been in that. Right? But what I'm saying,
the
Jada,
Lord is my shepherd.
Lord is, Jada, no hoodie, huh? But listen, what I'm trying to set him up, right? When they call you the greatest storyteller, you got to just put yourself in the scene of the crime. Over the years, I worked my way out of that bum shit. Over the years, I did whatever I could to come up out of it and teach myself ways to, raise our kids. You got 2 kids, just graduated college. You had to teach yourself to get up out of that mentality. What I realized yesterday thinking to myself is, I don't have time for nobody else that ain't do the work on themselves to get out of that mentality. If we still got guys talking about the same shit they was talking about 10, 20 years ago, I can't relate. I love you. I'm not in that. We not said one time I had an argument, may rest in peace with one of my friends in the middle of, in front of my store on 158 in Broadway. And I noticed the driver of the bus, the whole fucking supermarket, the ladies in the nail salon, everybody was looking like, oh shit, Fat Joe's out here arguing in the middle of the street. And when I looked at everybody, I said, you know what, man? You the last motherfucker I'm gonna argue with in the middle of the street. You ain't big enough to be arguing with me. You got everybody looking at me like you ain't even that important. But the problem is he couldn't get himself out of his own way. And they stay stuck on that. But at what point you say, yo, they're not thinking like me. I see you post a lot of subliminal shit on your Instagram.
Those not for people. That's just for everybody.
But what be making you post that shit?
Because you gotta stay sharp. You know what I mean? it's hard. We're gonna talk about this on another episode, but it's hard being an artist coming from where we come from. It's a lot of hands trying to pull you down. There's a lot of arrows painted, a lot of barrels and arrows pointed at you. You gotta learn how to navigate and do the shit you talking about. And sometimes dudes ain't ready to evolve with you. You gotta, put the blink on.
And that's another, listen, guys, that's another job. We'll save that for the next episode. But another job is if you ain't built like that, and the guys come up from your neighborhood with you, a lot of them are like friendly extortion. They tough guys that they holding you down or whatever. And one day you turn around and you realize I can't get to the promised land because these guys are scaring the bag away.
That's why you got so many murals.
That's why you got so many murals.
That's why, you become a mural.
You become rest in peace.
You want to be a mural? They got a wall for you right there.
And it's so hard. That's incredible. But it's so hard to shake those type of guys to be like, yo, we can't do this no more. I got to move on. And I find a lot of artists, even the young ones, got to deal with that too, where, all right, you the realest rapper, you talking all that shit, but what about such and such block? What about this crew? What about the Trays, the this? And they don't know how to shake them. And unfortunately, that's when that Rico come in. There was maybe 100 artists from the beginning of hip hop doing the 50th anniversary in Yankee Stadium. Snoop Dogg, Lauryn Hill, Nas, Run-DMC. Do you know who had about 10,000? Guys from special ed in 5th grade, whoever you name for the special ed classes from this. When I tell you I'm going to Yankee Stadium, which I was stressed out because I knew what I had to do there.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost like a mini versus. It's the 50th anniversary. I'm from the Bronx. I got to pull this off on a legendary, and they only giving me 20 minutes. So it's like, I got to make this so you know what type of stress I was in, right? But as I'm going there, Yankee Stadium is calling me.
Too many?
10,000. The whole entire South Bronx is waiting at the artist entrance, and they're all saying they were
I'm with Fat Joe. I'm with Fat Joe.
I pull up to Yankee Stadium. I try to go into this other entrance. I ain't gonna lie. I love the Yankees, but it was a bit of maybe, I don't even want to say that. They gave me a hard time. They didn't care that I was on the event. Don't go messing with Cotton Eye Joe. They was at the door, right? So they was like, yo, we don't care. You got to go through there.
Yeah.
So I'm sneaking over there to try to go through the entrance. I see guys I was in junior high with, kindergarten, the bodega guy, they all at that door, 10,000. And then you got real guys. You got 5 mics. You got the real crew. You got and I'm like, oh my God. I almost backed in the entrance. I went in through there and I came and I backed in yo. People don't understand.
I can't take this.
We already stressed the fuck out because we performing at home and they just waiting. And then the thing with me is where you at when I really catch beef? Where you at every day when I'm arguing?
Where you at on a regular Tuesday?
Yeah, man. You come around yo, I'm holding you down. No, this is where we don't need holding down of any kind. These are our fans who paid to come.
It kills me because it don't cost that much to get in.
Nah.
It's something. It's a something because
it's something for you to feel like I got in. Rich guys, they want to know they can get in with you. It ain't about the $20, $50.
Can somebody do studies and tell me what the fuck is that? If I walk in with you or the janitor, I'm still getting in. What is it? Does it give you a sense? How do it make you feel when you could have been within, but you want to wait for me to pull up with mad people and walk in with me? What is that? There is no room in the section. You feel happy, it's tight, it's fucking mad, it's sweltering with heat. And that's a good time. I hate that shit.